Now, 2 years back when Britain was under a pretty strict lockdown, believe it or not, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson threw a lot of quote-unquote bring your own booze parties for his staff. He partied as the rest of the country was locked up at home, and now he's being held accountable. In the last 2 days, the British Prime Minister has been grilled in the British Parliament, and lawmakers are asking him firstly to apologise, and there are many who also say that it is time that Boris Johnson should acknowledge that what he did was a mistake and should step down. Our next report gets you the story.
May 2020. The coronavirus was spreading in the UK. A strict lockdown was in place. Prime Minister Boris Johnson read the Riot Act.
You must obey the rules on social distancing, and to enforce those rules, we will increase the fines for the small minority who break them.
The Boris Johnson government imposed strict restrictions. People were confined to their homes. But what about the government? No restrictions for them. They were partying. The Prime Minister and his staff had a boozy party at number 10 Downing Street. This image is from the 15th of May 2020. It shows Boris Johnson and his wife enjoying cheese and wine on their lawn, along with members of their staff. A leaked email shows that this was a bring your own booze party thrown by the Prime Minister himself. A total of 100 people were invited. 30 to 40 turned up. This party was held at a time when Britain was under lockdown. Schools were shut. Pubs and restaurants were closed. Social mixing was prohibited. People who partied were prosecuted. Many couldn't even bid farewell to their dying relatives. But the Prime Minister was enjoying cheese and wine with his team. Now he's under fire, facing calls for resignation. What's his defence? It was a work event, he says.
The Prime Minister should come here now, fess up and tell us what happened.
After all of this, does the Minister not feel embarrassed that the Prime Minister hasn't got the decency to resign?
And he will decide himself. And it's time to go. For goodness sake, man, go.
It's a cheesy excuse, say Britons. Lawmakers are tearing into the Prime Minister's defence. Some even broken down.
And the Minister, quite frankly, hides behind the Grey investigation. There's no need for an investigation into the simple, central question today. Did the Prime Minister attend the event in the Downing Street Garden on the 20th of May 2020? It won't wash, Mr Speaker, to blame this on a few junior civil servants. The Prime Minister sets the tone.
In Northern Ireland, we reached a milestone of 3,000 deaths due to COVID just last week. 3,000 people who followed the rules and grieved today. So will the paymaster, including my mother-in-law who died alone, will the Paymaster General confirm that there will be a full and complete disclosure to enable the police service to ascertain that all was done decently and within the regulations at the date and at that time?
Not just lawmakers, ordinary citizens are also furious. They're sharing pictures from May 2020, stories of their struggles under lockdown as their leader was toasting the sunny weather. Now he is toast and the party is over. For the last 2 months, Boris Johnson is being slow roasted. First over allegations of sleaze for protecting an MP who misused his office. Then a major rebellion by his own MPs over COVID restrictions. Then a historic defeat in the North Shropshire by-election, followed by the resignation of his Brexit Minister David Frost, and accusations of throwing another secret party during Christmas 2020. Back-to-back controversies have made the Prime Minister's position untenable. His popularity ratings have slid from 48% to 23%. He's fared worse than even Labour leader Keir Starmer. Another poll shows that a majority of British voters want Johnson out. 66% said he should resign. That's almost 2/3 of all respondents. In 2019, Boris Johnson handed the Tories their biggest win in 3 decades. His fall from grace has been swift, and his ability to survive legendary. 2 mutinies and multiple scandals in 2 years as Prime Minister. Will Partygate spell the end of his prime ministership? The knives are out and his non-apology isn't helping. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.